What's going on, everybody? I am back. Okay, I want to first of all apologize to you guys because I haven't come out with a Jacksonville Jaguars video in super long, and there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, the AAF season started and I was just super enthralled by it. You know, I was posting some videos and it was just getting a lot of views and stuff like that. And, you know, the kind of season for the Jaguars, I mean, it was several weeks before free agency. It was, right after the Super Bowl ended. So, my NFL interest wasn't super high right then. And then also, I was going to post up a Jaguar video last Monday, but, I wound up coming down with the flu. I was sick basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yesterday, I was kind of recovering. Today, I finally do feel better. So, I want to talk about the Jaguars. And free agency is only a couple weeks away, guys, and the Jaguars, in my opinion, they're not going to be doing as much spending, but they're going to be doing a lot more of actually cutting guys, because right now, the only two teams that are over the cap are the Eagles and the Jaguars. They're in the two worst cap situations right now. The Jags are like almost $5 million over the cap, so they're going to have to cut some guys, but there are some guys that are worthy of cutting, and we can bring this cap number down a lot. So in this video, we're going to go on Spotrac, and we are going to together cut some players on the Jaguars. So let's get it. Alright, so here we are on good old Spotrac. What this is going to do is going to basically rank players from their base salary. So Bortles has the highest base salary, a bunch of other high price free agents, and then down here are some of the lower draft picks. But the main numbers we're going to be looking at right here is the dead cap versus the cap hit. Now the dead cap is essentially money that if you were to cut the player, this is going to come straight off of your books. So with this dead cap number, these are sunk costs, so you're not going to be saving this money. Now, this cap hit right here, the difference between the cap hit and the dead cap is going to be the money that you're going to be saving. So, if you were to cut Blake Bortles, you're going to be saving, what is that, $4.5 million. So, and on down. So, yeah, that's those are those kind of numbers. But yeah, in this video, we're going to go ahead and cut some players. Now, you're going to see right here, these guys at the top, like one reason why I always say it's so important to be able to draft successfully is because you get guys on super cheap contracts. Now you'll see all these guys are all free agency signings until you get to Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey was a top 5 draft pick, so he's $7.4 million. Leonard Fournette, another $7.4 million. They were drafted 4 and 5, so their numbers are super similar. But you also, once you get into like the later first round picks, like look, Taven Bryan, he was a first round pick, but his is about a third of the numbers that these guys are. If you look at the third round pick, Yannick Ngakoue, $2.2 million. Miles Jack, $2 million for a second round pick. Cam Robinson, $1.9 for a second round pick. DeJuan Smoot, he was a third round pick. $1 million. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing about being able to draft successfully. You get guys on cheap rosters and you're able to really replenish yourselves if you're able to draft well. And you're able to re-sign guys, the cornerstone type of players like quarterback or cornerback, or defensive end is a premier spot, left tackle. So those are the kind of players that you want to be able to pay, and like you want to be able to replenish, maybe interior linemen or like linebackers or safeties. So yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and manage this roster and start cutting some guys. So the first cut, it's gonna be kind of easy. It's gonna be Blake Bortles. Now Blake Bortles, you're only gonna be saving $4.5 million. Now let's see before. Hold on, I'm gonna go on here. So right now. Oh, it doesn't even show it. It's lame. Oh, now it's got me to a different spot. All right, yeah. So right now, we're $6 million over the cap, under the cap. What do you want to say? We gotta get this into the positive. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Now, first, we're gonna cut Blake Bortles. $4.5 million savings. We're still kind of over the cap. Now, if we were to cut him on June 1st, I think we will save a significant more amount of money. I'm not sure how I don't know what the deal with that is. Like when it comes to like, can you designate to cut a guy, or can you just go ahead and straight up cut him? Like we'll see. I mean, they will save some more, so they might wait until like June 1st to do that. So Andrew Norwell, he had a rough year, but I wouldn't even say it's that rough year. He had a little bit down year for him, but he's still a good player. The offensive line was injured last year. Really, no one played very well. Hopefully, we can have a rebound year from him, and the offensive line can collectively play better. AJ Boye, how much money even? You saved $9.5 million. I would still keep him. Got to keep your cornerbacks on, lockdown. Maybe we'll restructure him. And when I say restructuring, what you can do is, and one good thing about Shad Khan as an owner is he has a lot of money, so he's able to pay a lot of players a lot of money up front in signing bonuses, and that helps relieve some of the cap number hits. So, if they want to restructure AJ Boye or Calais Campbell and, give them more of that money that they're going to be taking out the cap, more of that up front, so they can, help relieve their cap number a little bit, give them more guarantees in front, and then, lower their numbers a little bit when it comes to the cap. They could do that. So those are a couple candidates. Malik Jackson, this guy's an easy cut. $11 million. That's a whole lot of money that you're saving. And look, now we're $10 million of free cap space. So I think that's a pretty easy cut. I mean, he was buried down the depth chart later in the year, and I like him as a player, as a person. He's a good dude. He was a good guy in the community, but can't get emotional when it comes to this. Calais Campbell, they've already announced they're going to keep him. Good decision. Telvin Smith, how much are you saving there? Yeah, you're only saving $4 million. You'll keep Telvin Smith now. I think next year you'll have a decision to make. Maybe they want to, maybe trade Telvin Smith and maybe move Miles Jack to weak side linebacker, then maybe draft a true middle linebacker, just because I don't see a case where you're really going to be paying two linebackers a lot of money that play in a 4-3 system. I don't see that happening. I could see him definitely. We'll just probably discuss that more next year, but I just don't see a case where that happens. Marcel Darius, he's saving you $10 million. I'm not going to cut him. I think he's a hell of a player, really good run stopper, even does pretty well in the passing game when it comes to causing disruption, so I keep him. Deshaun Gibson, he saves $7.5 million. I'm going to cut him. You already cut Barry Church. You re-sign, you got Ronnie Harrison. He's going to replace Barry Church at that strong side linebacker spot, strong safety spot. And Deshaun Gibson, you re-sign Jared Wilson, who's going to probably be playing that. You could draft the guy in the mid rounds, but safeties, you can, a lot of these guys are good stories when it comes to really being undrafted. I mean, Deshaun Gibson and Barry Church are both undrafted. A lot of defensive backs, they find them kind of in later rounds, especially the safety position. So, I think maybe they draft the guy 4th, 5th round. I'd feel comfortable starting Jared Wilson at that spot just because he has done good in the past. And, yeah, I mean, you're going to have to cut somebody, save some money. So your whole entire defense can't be perfect. So, yeah, I'm going to go and cut Deshaun Gibson. They just re-signed Marquise Lee last year. You'd save 3, it says negative right here. I don't know what that means, but you might, is it really? Then you're losing money if you cut Marquise Lee. That's weird. So yeah, we're going to keep Marquise Lee for that reason. Oh my God, okay. So yeah, we got Jalen Ramsey, he's staying. DJ Hayden, he's staying. Leonard Fournette, could maybe trade him draft day. We'll see. He drives me nuts, but he's a good, decent player when he wants to be good. So yeah, whatever. Jeremy Parnell saves $6 million. The guy is old and he's very slow on his feet. When you get a speed rusher out on him, he's on ice skates, man. He's not very good. So I could see them. It'll be interesting to see what they do now. If they draft the Dwayne Haskins and decide to keep Leonard Fournette back there and they run a more ground and pound system, they might keep Jeremy Parnell just because he is more of a power guy. But, if they maybe get like a Kyler Murray, Tyrod Taylor duo, bring in a speedy running back, and they're definitely going to want to replace him, but they're going to be running more of a spread type of thing. So, yeah, we're going to cut Jeremy Parnell. And look, we already got a bunch of savings. We'll go down the line. Brendan Linder, he gets injured way too much, but they're going to keep him. I just hope he can stay healthy. It drives me nuts. He's a really good player when healthy, but he can never stay healthy. Carlos Hyde. We're going to cut his ass. Oh, with Carlos Hyde, man, that's going to save us $4.7 million. So with Carlos Hyde, man, he's just... I'll give this to him. The quarterback play was never good. He was brought into a really bad situation with a really bad offensive line. Our offense just sucked when we brought him in. So he really wasn't able to show his full potential. But I don't know how good of an influence he was on the locker room. And I always think about this moment when Doug Marrone basically said that, look, we had one player that refused to go into a game, and we handled that internally. I remember one point in one game, Carlos Hyde, he stopped really getting carries, and then the next game he was inactive. So while he didn't say who it was, I'm guessing that was him. And, you know, apparently the running back locker room was just chaos. TJ Yellen wasn't good influence. Obviously, Leonard Fournette was doing Fournette stuff. And, you know, Carlos Hyde probably wasn't a very good influence on there. Then all you have left is, what, Dave Williams. So, you know, they cut Tyrone Wheatley, the running back coach. And, you know, I think there's a lot of cleaning up to do in that locker room. So, you know, I would cut a guy like Carlos Hyde. And now if we look down the line, man, Lorente McCray, they just re-signed him. They just re-signed Cody Davis, Taylor Bryan. Yeah, I mean, these are all a bunch of, like, cheaper guys that we're getting into. So, yeah, now when we look at it, man, the guys that we cut, Blake Bortles, Malik Jackson, Deshaun Gibson, Jerry Parnell, Carlos Hyde, those are all guys that I would cut. It saves us $33 million in cap savings. Now we're $27 million that we're able to spend. You know, of course, you got to allocate some of that to draft picks and stuff like that. Because I think our draft picks, you know, our 7th pick is going to get a good amount of money. But also, I think this number is going to come up. I think you got some restructurings to do, you know, especially with guys like maybe Calais Campbell, AJ Boye. You know, they might, you know, maybe they'll go in here and cut, I don't know, who might they cut? Like I don't know. Like, how much does this save you? $720. I mean, they might make little cuts like this, like cut like Ben Koyak and stuff like that. Maybe cut, like, where is he? Where are you at? I don't know. I was gonna try to find whatever. Cody Kessler. How much are you gonna save us? That saves you $900,000. So yeah, I mean that's a little amount. So probably keep doing that. But yeah, I mean we got some players to cut, high price guys. These are the guys that I would cut, and yeah, hopefully we can do what we need to do. So yeah, those are some of the guys that I would cut. Let me know who you guys would cut down in the comment section down below. And free agency videos to come, guys. So appreciate you guys hanging with me. This is UC Jaguar with GenJag.com, and I'm out.